We have all been there. Someone say something so ridiculous that your face just does this isn't just a sketch, it's a mode. It's a universal side eyes. Today I'm going to show you how to draw. To start this drawing, we are going to begin with the initial pencil outline. Just like I'm doing here, keep your pressure light and follow my movements as we map out this basic structure. For every face I draw, I always rely on the Lumiere method. It is the most effective way to maintain a perfect proportion, especially when dealing with a complex angle. By starting with a simple sphere and graving out the side plates, we create a 3D foundations that ensure the features sit correctly on the skull. Once the basic Lumiere sphere and the jawline are set, we are focused on the brow line and the center line to guide our expression. Since our character is giving us side eyes, we need to use these constructions lines to anchor the asymmetry. Notice how I am lowering the upper eyelids so they cut across iris, creating that unimpressed look. One eyebrow sit lower and closer to the eyes to show the tension, while others anchor slightly higher in disbelief. By following the Lumiere's guidelines, we can ensure that even with these disordered features, the anatomy of the face remains solid and realistic. Keep your pencil moving smoothly as we build up the details on the top of this framework. Now that the facial structure is locked in, it's time to bring a character to life with hair. I'm started by drawing primary flow lines first to establish the overall volume and the direction. For this look, I have decided to go with the open and loose hairstyle with a soft curly texture. Instead of drawing individual stand, I'm focusing on the large rhythm edge shape to give the curly natural bouncy feel. Now how I let someone wave overlap the face slightly. This adds depth and makes the expression feel more integrated with the character style. By keeping the lines organic and flowing, we can create the sense of movement that perfectly complemented her skeptical, unbothered vibes. We will continue layering this curved stroke to build up that beautiful, voluminous look you see in the reference. Moving to the most expensive part of the face, the eyes. I'm starting with the left eyes first and followed by the right, ensuring the work together to tell the story. To capture that specific side eyes look from our reference, I'm drawing the eyes narrow and thin rather than the wide and round. Notice how I position the pupils. They are shifted sharply to the side to create that glancing away effect. By keeping the upper lips heavy and low, we achieve that perfectly skeptical, unbothered expression. We are aiming for just like in my initial sketch, focus on the sharp angles and in her case to look like in character personality. Now let's add the eyelashes to really make the eyes pop. For this specific expression, I'm not drawing long fluffy lashes all the way across. Instead, I'm focusing on the outer corners to emphasize that side eyes look. I'm using thicker, darker stroke on the upper lash line to create a wings effect that follow the direction of our gaze. I'm going in with my clean up the drawing, I carefully rubbing away those extra constructions lines and the initial Loomis guidelines we used earlier. This is a crucial step because it removes the clutters and allow the final expression to really stand out. After cleaning up sketch, I'm going to back over eyebrows and eyelashes with a darker pencil. This is the stage where we add the contrast to make the features truly stand out. By darkening eyebrows, we emphasize the tension or our expression. So you can see the how the wolf face suddenly wake up and gain a lot of more characters when we use this higher contrast. Now I'm moving on nose. Instead of drawing every single details, I'm keeping it very minimalist to maintain the focus on her gaze. It's a simply sketching a soft rounded shape for the tips and nostrils to give it a dimension without using heavy lines. I'm adding bit of the shadow on the right side. This is a subtle shading helps define the bridge and structure of nose while keeping the overall look clean and stylish. Now let's move on to the lips. I'm starting by drawing main mouth line with a bit more thickness to define the center of expression. To get very soft natural texture, I'm using the light hatching of rest of lips instead of drawing hard outlines. To finish here, I'm using pencil cross hatching technique to create a layer and depth. I'm applying more pressure as I hatch the hair in the back and underneath. This darker value create a shadow effect that makes the face pop forward. For the top layers of hair, I'm switching to much soften and lighter hatching. To wrap this face, I'm adding hint of blush on cheeks. So I'm using very soft touch with the pencil and then I'm blend it with my finger. Finally, I'm going back into the darken outer hair outline one the last time to make the whole sketch pop. And just like that, our sketch is ready. I love how the skeptical expression turn out. If you find this tutorial helpful, make sure to follow me for my next video. Thank you.